What's up, guys? Disclosure Artist here. And today I'm doing probably the first of what I would consider, if ever become deplatformed, put my stuff on another site and begin a podcast where I'm talking about other people's experiences and perhaps branching off in other directions with regard to getting this information out there. I'm going to now share with you a contact of mine. I've vetted this person out for over a year. I take the information they've shared with me to be genuine, and that is why I'm sharing it with you today. This is going to correspond with an earlier video I did in which I outline the concept of, superconscious beings walking amongst us, obviously. I tell people my experience in where I saw the largest craft I've ever seen, and how serendipitous it was, and how I don't believe in synchronicities. I mean, I do believe in synchronicities. What I mean is I don't believe in coincidences. I know that it was calculated, and when I speak about it, I often go off on the tangent with regards to the bigger implication is that, they're not going to stop 30 feet in our airspace. They're obviously walking amongst us, etc. And this individual is 100% on board with that concept. We'll refer to them as an aquaferine experiencer for now. They want their identity completely concealed, so I'm acting in place as their mouthpiece to the world at this time. Obviously, blending in amongst us is child's play for them. Many of them are telepathic. Obviously, they can read our grossly contradictory and grotesque thoughts we have about judging each other and ourselves. So there's no incentive for them to be like, here we are. Ta-da. So I'm going to read to you now a correspondence that I've shared with this individual over the past year or so. And I'm going to start with just showing you an image that they posted, which pertains to the type of entities that they have encountered. And in my previous video, I was speaking about, things that you can say, mantras that, because spell casting, these words are linked. The things we say manifest into physical reality. I've made a video about it when I did my meditation. It's very, very real. Casting, broadcasting, etc. Another deviation of what is currently being done to the masses. So, this person has done this. This person knows what do you do, what needs to be done in order for essentially their tricks, their technology, their hypnosis, whatever it is, whatever methods they're using. There's a variety of them. They no longer work. So the information contained wherein this video is going to be highly sensitive, and like I mentioned in my previous video where I was wearing an earlier version of my Light Warrior jumpsuit, some of it may be irreversible, so make sure that, when you take this red pill, that you intend to do so all the way. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to now read our conversation, segments of it, if you will. The person reached out to me and they said, I posted that picture because my old high school flame revealed her true form to me back in 1992. She somewhat looked like the being depicted below. She also had gills on each side of her neck. She looked more graceful, however. Just going to show you. Yep. So, naturally, as you guys know, I made the aquaferine dive suit for the beach psyop, where I'm trying to get people to understand that there's, sentient, humanoid, all types of beings that are crypto, non-discussed living in our oceans, etc. He goes, also, I can't respond to any posts or comments at this time. The Nazis that own Facebook put my profile on restriction because one of the views I shared was not in agreement with their political narrative. Preaching to the choir, brother. This is something that happened to me 3 times last summer. I'm just talking now, off the cuff, both on Facebook and YouTube. So when you're fighting the good fight, well, you get silenced. It's just the way it goes. So he goes, just to be clear, I always loved her, but nothing ever happened, and we never became a thing. She seems to have an issue with men that don't fit her extreme feminist prison box mold. LOL. At this time, I'm just really trying to understand, the level of authenticity behind this individual's account. So I said to him, what method did she use to appear human? Because, through Jason Shurka's account, they're using a combination of technology, hypnosis, and actual shape-shifting. So I'm really curious. So anyway, he goes, I have no idea. Perhaps shape-shifting is a part of her nature. If you are a hyperdimensional being, then I imagine that you can take any form that you like and sustain it somehow, mostly always. I don't know how. Very true. I agree with that statement. And here I go. I asked because Jason Shurka speaks about 3 specific ways these beings are deceiving us to our face. 2 are biological, the other method is technological. The being you describe appears aquatic. I built my aquafarian dive suit to wake people up to the fact that these beings live in our oceans and lakes. He thumbed it up. He goes, I have met ones that are all around us in society and those who live in the wild. I am not certain why they didn't kill me, but I understand that they could have. I have touched the side of the head of one female. She expanded her gills and frills as warning, but she could have killed me easily at any point. That was her way of saying, don't touch me without permission. But I had to know that what I was seeing was but I had to know that I was seeing what I was seeing before me. That was back between the years 1991 and 1993. They live in rivers, ponds, lakes, and oceans, like you said. I haven't seen them around here in a very long time, and I suspect they noticed that more people have moved out here through the years, but that much is just my guess. They really do look like a slightly different version of both a male and female Jeepers Creepers being, just like the movie. The being did not seem to be able to speak. Her eyes were brown and solid black pupils with white around them. I tried to get her to speak, but she just growled and would throw out her clawed-fingered hand like a cat, warning me to stay back. But I approached anyway. I was 17 and braver then than I am now. The females have a grace to them like beautiful human women, but the males are almost exactly like the Jeepers Creepers entity and have similar weapons. Some of their kind have 2 small antennas, one above each eyebrow, but still somewhat close to each other. Sometimes there is a spark of electricity between these antennas. They can send out a paralyzing frequency from the 2 antennas or send out an actual bolt similar to a lightning flash. If you know about any of the things that I am pointing out here, then you know that I am not wasting your time with lies. Correction or typo. I had to know that what I was seeing was actually real. I thought that I was going crazy, and at the same time, I wanted to extend a bond of friendship and convey a message to them that I was not there to harm. My display of no fear surprised them, I think. I was exposed to many things in my life before encountering them, and this is why I was able to remain calm. This occurred in what some biased people might call an unlikely place, Little Axe, Oklahoma. So I said, what were the circumstances that caused these beings to change before your eyes? Was it quick or slow? Why do you feel you were not scared? Could it be because a part of you always knew subconsciously that they were here? He goes, I mean no offense, but please don't make assumptions. I've always been open-minded and intuitively felt that there were more things in this existence than we were told. I as well. That's exactly why I think they started showing me things in my 20s. And then eventually in my dreams, and then in my 30s, they started showing me in person. It's a conditioning phase. Back to what he said. I mean, no offense, please make a subject. I've always been open-minded and I truly felt there was more things in existence than we were told. In one instance, I knew a female student in high school that had reddish-pink gills. They were fluttering, and I told her that I could see them. Her friend told her that she needed to go to the restroom and stabilize or go home. At a later date, that young lady would open up to me and came to me at night after my nightly walk. I used to go on long walks on the gravel roads we had out here. I don't do that anymore because I don't wish to press my luck. They chose not to hurt or kill me then, but that does not mean that they wouldn't do it today. Take that all in. I said, why do you think you could see them while others could not? So this is the meat and potatoes of the information. What I'm about to read to you, take in stride, listen to it responsibly, and act accordingly. I said, why do you think you could see them while others could not? He responds, the base practices of the Golden Dawn, primarily the middle pillar with tantric retention for 9 months. Ritual of the opening of the veil. The sealing, unsealing of the 6 directions. The Bornless ritual and the Rose Cross ritual, which uses the name Yeshua in a very particular way. Okay, there it is. To this I responded with the original video that I sent discussing the dropping of the veil and the mantras. To which he responded, I much appreciate the video that you sent. I don't feel so alone anymore. My buddies who saw and knew have all now passed on except one. It drove him so insane that he doesn't want to talk about it anymore or associate with me. I said, are you comfortable with the idea of the disclosure artist conducting an episode of my channel that involves interviewing you regarding your experiences? He says, I never show my face, not even once have I ever used my real name online. If these are an issue, then I won't be able to do an interview. I said, I respect complete discretion. Neither your name or face will be used. I'm going to skip ahead and I'm going to get to pretty much what I'm trying to get at. All right. He goes, there is one other challenge. I've been interviewed before a few times and it was horrible. On YouTube, by association, the guy interviewing me would ask questions but really wasn't paying attention and was extremely tired from work. A few times I got mixed up because as questions were being asked, I was digging into my memory, so the interpretation that some had is that I was making it all up while others were thanking me for sharing. It was a mixed bag of shit. I began to see why it's important to go over an agreed upon dialogue as opposed to going in all empty. Just like actresses and actors don't like claws being dug into them with producers, I don't like being prodded during an interview. If I were to make a comparison of my past experience with being interviewed, I'd say it was an interrogation, which could be said to be kind of mental and emotional rape, although subtle. Then when I don't get things correct right on the spot, all of a sudden I'm a liar. Such doesn't make sense because I don't want recognition and I don't want money. If I were a liar, I'd be charging for my time and I would want my face all over the internet as the guy that knows that there are various alien races running around. There's another reason. People who actually know from direct experience and describe the look of these specific beings usually end up dead. I don't know when I'll be ready as I am preparing for winter and working on the property a lot. Also, don't know precise dates as most of my experiences were from 1991 to 1993. So, here I am, risking my life, just trying to bring this information to you guys. You heard it from the source, that it's dangerous. Then I discuss, potential future interviews with this person. I'm really just trying to introduce them to you right now so you understand what they've experienced, a little bit who they are. I just told them the interview will be conducted over the phone. If that works for you, does that work? I will discuss elements of our discussion regarding the ETs, hermeticism, and lifting of the veil, your direct experiences, nothing outside your comfort level. Can I call you and hear your account over the phone? Or we can do it via messenger call with or without cam, your choice, disguise, no disguise, your choice, anonymous or not, your choice. He goes, yes. So for now, that's going to be it. This is an ongoing correspondence, and I really just wanted to bring that information to you so that you understand there are other people that I am incommunicado with that are actually practicing the things I made a video about. And again, take that information in stride, take it seriously, and make sure that if you practice it, that you are sound of mind and you intend to do something useful with it. All right, you've been warned.